नमस्कार, कैसे हैं? And come sir, coming up.
Saman God! General salute! Salam yes!
Capt.Williamson of the Capt.Williamson Sangma State University and will declare the university open. Proud moment for all of us. Let us capture ourselves as this is our university, our asset.
That we are inaugurating this building, and that too in the name of Capt.Williamson Sangma, who was our first Chief Minister when the state was formed. And therefore, it is very befitting that on the 50th year, we remember him and dedicate this college, this university, which is named after him, to the people of our state. As was mentioned by many people before me, this was a technical university, and limited courses were supposed to be taught here. But because of different circumstances and different challenges that we faced in the previous years, and also in order to ensure that we have our own university, the cabinet had decided that this technical university should be converted into a full-fledged state university. And for that, necessary steps have been taken, and we are awaiting the proposal or the ordinance to be ratified by the Honorable Governor. Once that is done, the official ordinance will be notified, and we will be able to start the different functioning and different courses from this very campus. As was rightly said by the Vice Chancellor, that this infrastructure that we have is not enough, and that we need to work towards creating a proper blueprint and a master plan to ensure that this university has all the necessary facilities that are required by the students and for a university to function in a proper manner. Let me assure all of you that that is exactly what our plan is. Apart from basic things like the boundary wall, which has been sanctioned now, and we expect the work to start soon, we have already sanctioned the road connectivity from the main road up to the campus and this building out here, for which also we expect the work to start very soon. And as suggested, we have already started working on a larger picture and larger plan on where this university should go in the coming years. As mentioned earlier, this was supposed to be a technical university, and hence the scope and the plan was limited. But now, with the overall expansion of this into a full-fledged university, we'll need to work out on detailed plans to make the entire university function in a much better manner. And more steps will have to be taken to ensure that we strengthen the overall system and the process to make this university, our first state university, into one of the better and, yes, in the coming future, the best university in the region. Friends, education has been one of the top priorities for this government. I remember in 2018, when we had taken over, I was given a presentation on the 2,600 government LP schools, which were either in a completely dilapidated condition or were in a very bad condition where students could not study. We took it upon ourselves, in spite of the financial challenges, that we will improve the overall infrastructure in the government LP schools. And in the last 5 years, I'm happy to inform you that close to 500 crores has been spent to improve the overall infrastructure in different schools, built up new buildings in different areas where the buildings were no longer usable. And sanction has been done and work has been allotted so that the rest of the schools where we were not able to complete the work earlier, that enough funds and the work for the improvement of those schools will start. I expect that to happen anytime in a day or two, where the works will be allotted. I think some have already been done, and we expect the works to start within a couple of weeks' time. So slowly and steadily we are moving towards ensuring that infrastructures improve. I remember 2018, in my first visit to Bakmara, I went to the college, again Capt.Williamson Sangma College, and we saw the condition in which the students were studying. And it was hard to believe that a college could function like that. There were dangerous points where the floor was cracking, and anything could happen to the students or to the faculty. And we decided immediately that not just in Bakmara College, but all the other government colleges which do not have proper infrastructure, immediate funds will be given to ensure that the building work starts. And I'm happy to see that in all the locations, in Sora and in William Nagar, the building is almost completed. Maybe another 10-15% is left. And in Bakmara also we are seeing fast improvement in the construction. And hopefully within this calendar year itself, we should be able to see all the 3 buildings being inaugurated. Apart from that, many other areas of reforms in terms of training and other aspects in terms of policy, which were pending for a very, very long time, have been taken up under this government. And therefore, I feel very happy and satisfied to look back at this last 5 years and see the kind of work that has gone into education and see that the overall level of education goes up. But while I say that, I'm not saying that everything is changed. Education may be, or most probably is, one of the most complicated sectors in the state today. One of the most complicated departments in the state today. One of the most challenging departments in the state today. We have numerous categories of teachers, almost 26 categories of teachers are there. We have different categories who we need to support, but at the same time there is no actual way of monitoring the working of those schools. There's very little say from the government side, though the financial impact is there, of over 2,000 crores which we have to spend for different ad hoc and deficit schools and colleges. And yet government does not have a detailed say, and that's why we came out with the Education Commission. which will now look into the overall functioning of all the different schools and education institutions. A very, very major and important step. And we also realize that we cannot go for drastic steps in one go, because it's like a system which is running, a system which requires nurturing. And if we try to push too hard, we might see the system fall. And that may create even bigger challenges for us. And hence a delicate approach is required. And hence all these things came into our mind, but slowly and steadily we have moved forward, one by one, trying to, untie the knots that have come out and trying to clear up the picture in the education department, so that at the end we're able to provide the right education to our children. Kublai Shibun, Matela, Jai Hind.